All right, before we keep simming this season, though, I do want to take a look at our numbers so far, just to kind of see what that whole situation and scenario is. And we shall see kind of how we're looking here. So let's look at our goaltenders. 37 games for Makarov. Jesus. 214 goals against average, a 930. Oh, my God. So Makarov is a Vezina candidate this season. Martin Jones, not so much, but with 5 shutouts, Makarov's a Vezina candidate midway through the season. Defensively, pretty solid numbers for Myers and Loxo. You have Falk on 16 points. The rookie Walser was 7 and a -5. So he and McNabb aren't exactly a dominant pairing together. We could look to kind of change things up defensively. Emil Walser, though, he's up to an 83, which is great. If we look on the right, 23 points for Jan Mursak. You have Mark Stone on 17, Hanowski 12, Mankari only 11, so 38 points for Barbashev at a +26, 29 points for Drayson Bowman, 4 goals for John Scott, 7 points. You got Ballmer on 11. Ballmer's been a bit disappointing this year. And then the centers, 41 points for Tyson Bailey. He's going to be a number 1 center for us. You could argue he is the number 1 center over Zemgus Girgensons at this point. But the centers are looking pretty good. In general, the team's looking pretty good. Tough not to get a little bit hopeful for what the rest of this season could be. If we look at goalies, nothing needs to change. Defensively, nothing needs to change. That means Zadorov's getting better. Right wing side. There's no one who is doing so bad that they have to be pulled. Mankari could be swapped out for Pakarainen, but that's not a big deal. Schwalzer up to an 83. I know. I said it about 30 seconds ago. I'm sorry, Cynical. Face my wrath, Cynical. Face it. I'd like to call up Gerby, but I'm not going to drop Ballmer. And then at center, Renko's still rocking a 78. I'll pretend like I was paying attention. Well, it's too late to do that. I already know that you weren't. It's too late. All right. We are going to put Bailey up on that top line. Actually, let's go best lines really quickly, because it might change up the power play lines, because we did have some player development. Let's see. Yeah, see, by default, it puts Bailey as the top line center. McNabb, Myers, Falk, Walser, Loxo, McElrath. Perfect. Perfect. Let's move on. I am going to open up the trade block, though, and kind of see if any deals pop up that are interesting. We'll be able to take a look at some of our prospects as well, see if they've gotten any better. We do still want to target younger players, though. We're not going to try to kind of cut the line here and take a shortcut. We want to kind of stay slow and steady here. Even if it looks like we're getting better and have a chance to win. Unless I get an offer I can't refuse, I am not going to do anything drastic. Let's fully open up the block. So let's see. Nick Baptiste, if we can move him. Okay, his value fell off a cliff. Let's go check the trade player screen really quickly. Let's see if there's any kind of values that we're concerned about. So for goalies, I mean, there's really no reason to not keep Vlasic to see if to see if he develops at this point. I mean, I wouldn't mind kind of moving him because Makarov is the guy, though. I don't know. Maybe we see if we could at least get something for Vlasic. Let me mark him down really quickly. Defensively, Myers. Mueller's up to a 68. He is getting better. It's not too bad. McAllister's looking good. Ekman hasn't improved too much. So we do have options there. Safronov's a 72 at 20, so he's going nowhere. Okay, I think I have the 3 that I want to put on the block. No guarantees that we trade him. But it is Ekman. Mirko Mueller. Connor McDavid is up to a 70, by the way, at 20 years old. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And we will go with the goalie in Vlasic, just to see if there's an offer that can tempt us for any of them. You sure can't make the Atlanta go to Winnipeg in the game. There's no franchise mode. Sir, that was not English. I don't mean to offend, but that was hardly a complete sentence. I read it the exact way you phrased it too. So I got nothing to add to that. Let us march on to the deadline. His name is Weed, man. Give him a break. Fair enough. All right. Mueller. Yeah, no, I'm not trading Ty Bailey. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. I think I'm selling off Ty Bailey for futures right about now. Yeah, no surprise. Ty Bailey is in high demand at this stage. He will be going nowhere. It makes sense if you read it in Bill Cosby's voice. I don't want to read anything in Bill Cosby's voice. I don't want anything to do with Bill Cosby in any way, shape, or form. Oh, goodness. Wow, we are losing a crap load of games. That's fun. Not elite first-line center Ty Bailey. Maybe we should trade him. Second, we get some younger players into better roles that they've earned their way into. The team starts kind of falling a little bit. Just unfortunate. Is what it is. It is what it is. If you had a choice, would you trade Swayman or Allmark? Nope. Wouldn't trade either. I would rather see Allmark walk at the end of his contract than trade him. Makes no sense to trade him. 0. Bruins have the best goalie tandem in the league. Why mess it up? McDavid made it yet. He hasn't, but he has improved quite a bit this season. He will be an NHLer. He's just not going to be the generational talent that we know him to be in a real-life situation. Let's see. Been waiting a few days. You're going to keep on waiting. Let me tell you. You are the scout. It is your job to figure out where to go. I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. Damn it. You do your job. Why do I have to tell you how to do your job? You are scout. Go scout. That's it. You got the fucking company credit card. I don't care if you go to Russia, to Chechnya. I don't care where the hell you go. Just tell me whether or not there's good hockey players there. All right? All right. Do your damn job. I am not trading Tyson Bailey. I am not trading the Bailey. I'm a little bit concerned he's not either our leading point getter or our leading goal scorer or leading assist man. Bowman and Bailey were whiteling up together. They were, but at the same time, again, I'm not too worried about making the playoffs. I'd rather have Barbashev with that primetime ice time. It's more important for us to develop Ivan Barbashev than it is to make the playoffs this season. So if we don't make the playoffs, it's fine by me. Yeah, we're not trading Walser. Nope. 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 In a way that you can make it to Winnipeg Jets in the game or not. That's what I meant. Jets are already in the game. I think that answers your question. They're literally right there. We lost to them earlier in the week. And if that's not what you asked, well, then I apparently am either suffering from a stroke or you are, because neither one of us are making too much sense. Thought you were playing NHL 11. It's fine. Although I will say really quickly, right? When you go to someone's channel, right? When you go to someone's channel, it does say right on the screen what games someone is playing. It does say that. It also says it on mobile. It does say it on both. I'm just throwing that out there. Not trying to be a dick. But it does tell you in multiple spots. You were playing 11 before, and 14, 11 and 14 looked the same. Sure. But I'm also not using the same team I was using on 11. You know? We go to the trade deadline. I can't imagine we will do much of anything here. Yeah, we're not trading Walser. I do want to look around the league and see if anyone's giving up any young prospects that we might be interested in. Instead of looking to add like a Dennis Seidenberg at this point, I am more interested in the prospect side of things. There are definitely players out there where it's like, yeah, I could add Marian Gaborik right now. Why? Why sacrifice the future that we're building up to try and jump the line? We're not going to do it. Not this time. Unfortunately, outside of like Dalton Thrower, who's not even that good, Sissons and Armia, there's not much out there to trade for in the way of prospects. I do love me some Rick Nash, but I'm not going to do it. I am going to avoid temptation. Mata's not that bad, but he's not worth that price. I think we're good. Unless somebody shows up with a trade offer that I simply cannot decline, I think we are good. I think we're fine. Although Ryan Clough did go for a first-round pick. So clearly, trade values are high. The New York Rangers. Nope. Mirko Mueller's not a bad starting point, but, you know, Ferris, indeed it was. I've still played MLB The Show 07 more than any other sports game ever, probably. NHL 04. More than any other baseball game. All right, Winnipeg in the final hour. That's just not worth the value. Or is it? Because that could easily be a top 4, top 5 pick. Top 3, even. It could be number 1. Pascal Vlasic. And the enforcer, Ola Ekman. Obviously, this trade does not currently help the Jets, who are a bad team. Our draft picks, we already have 3 firsts. They're not worth as much as they normally are because we're a better team than we have been over the past few seasons. Again, Vlasic is not very good. 56 overall at 19 years old. 4.5 star, though. And Ola Ekman, 52 overall at 20 years old, 4 star. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. It is very likely to be Our best draft pick. Damn. Classic will make it eventually. I mean, yeah, probably. Like, he's a long shot for it. He could. At the same time, based off of frickin' Vezina caliber numbers from Andrei Makarov, I feel like we're probably okay. This is what, our third season? Fourth season. It is fourth season. Yeah, because we already signed our first contract extension. Son of a bitch. All right, I'm just going to go best lines in the AHL because I don't want to have to freaking fix everything. Pain in the ass. Let's get Alexandrov in there for Biega. Get old Tony Ludman out of there for Biega, apparently. Get Beastrom in there. Son of a bitch! Hit one wrong button. Go back over. Scratch the Ludman. I always thought it was Lidman, and then I learned the Y is pronounced like a U, apparently. It's weird. It makes him sound like a lewd man. Lego. Get you out of there for Jonas Donskoy. We got Hoffman and Baptiste. Schofield at center. Get you out of there for Calle Yarncroke. Boy, Cali. Left wing side. We got to get Rankin out of there for Beaverson. Ellis out for Saprikin. Safronov's up to a 75. That guy is developing lightning quick, which is great. So Hoffman, Baptiste, not too worried about them. We're good. We're good. Let's move on. Beyond the deadline, we make the one move, couple of low percentage to make it prospects for a potentially very high pick from the Jets. I will not claim Zenon Konopka. We already have our designated face puncher in John Scott. So we shall see where we go from here. We shall see. Let's see, though. 32 wins. Again, this could easily be our first experience of playoff hockey here in Buffalo. And given how drastically we blew up this team in Season 1, making it here within 4 years is quite the accomplishment at this stage. I'm pretty happy about it. And who knows? We have more games to look forward to in the very near future, don't we, chat? You know we do. I mean, and the question is, one, the other, both? Which one will get played? Who's to say? Who's to say? Got the 41 assists for Barbashev. Not bad. I forgot we had Dylan McElrath on the team. Never mind. We have two goons, not just John Scott. We also have McElrath. So we got some aggressiveness. Let's see. 34, 22. Dude, those 12 overtime losses are going to help so much. Do we restart when we hit 24 and it's still not fixed? Yeah, we go all the way back to NHL 01 at that stage. Christ. Let's see. 35 wins, 12 overtime losses, couple weeks left in the season. I think we have a chance. I think we do. We also had the 2K games as an option. Plenty of options. Obviously, November and December are going to be pretty busy for me. Won't be as consistent with the streams. I'll still be live pretty much whenever I can be. But, you know, busy times. Got another charity event coming up in December. That's going to be fun. I promise. First iteration of Dynasty mode was NHL 04. 04 was the first one. Prior to that, it was just season mode. my Football Manager guy. I try to be. I haven't been able to sink in the proper time to truly learn it and get the most out of it. I understand, obviously, basic concepts of it, but it is a very, very complicated game. So, yeah. It's the first year the head franchise. It was 2004. I promise. I promise. All right. Let's see. Let's see. In terms of the team standings, the Buffalo Sabres are on the cusp. Right in the mix, man. We are right in the mix. I promise you, from a perspective of what people consider a franchise mode, it was 2004. Prior to that, it was incredibly basic, essentially a continuous season mode. I promise you. If people think NHL 15 Next Gen wasn't a franchise mode, then definitely there wasn't a franchise mode until NHL 04. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But we're right there. We have a game coming up against Toronto as well. This is a big one. Toronto, Detroit, Boston, Toronto, Detroit. Oh my God. Well, this is going to go right down to the wire then, isn't it? We play the Leafs. That's a rough loss. Detroit. That's a win. 3 games left in a mad dash to try and make the playoffs. All 3 games left against division rivals as well, 2 of whom we've played recently.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Shout out to Wildfire Racing Alex. I'm just going to call you Alex if you don't mind. Welcome in. Currently 6th in the Atlantic Division. This did have the playoff format that we are now used to. So currently we're out. We have to win that game against Toronto especially. We have a shot. It's a home game against the Boston Bruins. And we need this to be a win. First period. Goalless. 8 shots to 7. Nothing too crazy. Second period, 1-0 Sabres, Jan Mersak. Whew. On Michael Hutchinson. We go to the third. A win gets us that much closer to the playoffs. Can we survive the Bruins? All the power play time in the world, we couldn't score. If we're going to lose, at least do it in overtime. Milan Lucic ties the game. This one's going down to the wire here. Let's treat it like a playoff game. It is our first bit of in-game action. You know we got... Well, actually, no, we won't rock the yellows against the Bruins. That'd be too much of a clash. We'll just wear the home jersey. It's fine. Let's see what's going to happen here. Can the boys earn their way into the playoffs? We have 2 games after this, one of which is against Toronto that we desperately have to win. It's going down to the wire in Buffalo. Game number 80. Game number 80. 2:13 to go. I have a Buffalo Slug jersey. I do not. The only Sabres jersey I have is a goat head. The rookie defenseman Walser dumps it in. Fontaine hit hard by John Scott. One-timer kick save by Hutch. Great job working the corners there by John Scott. Offside call. Going to show Fontaine getting hit hard. Oh boy, John. Unrealistic, there are fans in the arena. Fair. Ooh, I like the bobbled puck. I like the bobbled puck on the pass.
Score tied at 1-1. This one yet to
Nice
be
double
decided.
tuck for Brad Marchand. McNabb has it. Again, if we're going to lose, do it in overtime, boys.
Breaks that
Bruins aren't a playoff threat. Marchand, big save
chance.
by Makarov. Ooh, look at the L skating. Look at the L skating.
He's got that at the point.
Myers stood up by Tyler Seguin. That's embarrassing. Here comes Seguin. Still a Bruin. Imagine.
Puck along the boards as they dig for it. Knocks the puck
Bailey has it.
to Mercer.
Up ahead for Mersak.
Third period just about over.
Or however the hell you pronounce it.
Oh, he wristed
More L skating. Shot in front. Lucic picks it off. 50 seconds. Bergeron. The drive. Bergeron!
Nettenen's chance was there. He took it. He's got himself a goal.
And Gary, a lot of goalies won't forgive themselves for any goal, but this shot went.
An odd bounce finds its way to Antti Miettinen, who puts it past Makarov.
Nettenen's goal. That may be enough to.
Oh, he's got Hero with a capital H tattooed on his back right now.
44 seconds
To pick up that puck. Good tie-up.
from not picking up a point
Wing side into
in this game that could really, really hurt our playoff chances.
quick snap. Pads.
Saved by Makarov. 32 seconds to go. Sabres over the line. Makarov to the bench. Justin Falk. Shot blocked. Boychuk corrals the bouncing puck.
To Marshall.
Bergeron for Marchand. Misses the net. 15 seconds.
Arm up. We've got
Penalty taken.
call. It's
10 seconds. Zemgus Girgensons for Ben Hanowski. Hanowski on net. Rebound. Saved by Hutch.
delayed.
With 3 seconds to go.
Boston's going to be shorthanded.
It'll be 6-on-4. As Lucic goes to the box for boarding.
Those boards can hurt.
Can't disagree with that one. We have 3 seconds.
Buffalo's power play will
Ty Bailey needs to win this face-off. We're 0 for 4 on the power play tonight.
Pretty good, so you wonder if it's just a matter of time.
There's a wrist shot. Save it.
Oh!
And that's the end of this one. Boston's put a W away against a team that has struggled just like they have.
So close to scoring right at the end. But it doesn't happen.
This has been a game where there
And the Bruins
highlights. Let's take a look.
really hurt our playoff chances.
And
The big save by Hutch at the buzzer.
behalf of Bill Clement and all of our
But it's this goal here, Antti Miettinen. Damn it. That's not good. Oh, I didn't earn any pucks. Boo, I didn't earn any pucks. What a shame. 33 shots to 29. And it did not matter. 33 saves for Hutch. Makarov did have a good game, but it wasn't enough. It's nice that we're at the stage with this rebuild that it's disappointing if we don't make the playoffs. But at the same time, it's disappointing if we don't make the playoffs. We head to Toronto, our final road game of the year. On 39 wins. We're pretty much done. We're pretty much done. Tampa and Florida are both on 94 points. At best, we can force a tiebreaker where we might have the advantage. As unlikely as that is. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the two Florida teams have clinched. The Panthers haven't. So technically, we could still jump the Panthers, but the Lightning are in. So all we can do at this stage is win our final 2 games and hope that the Florida Panthers blow it. Game 81 against the Leafs. First period, goalless. I do not like our lack of goal scoring. Second period, 1-0 Leafs. Joffrey. Why is it always got to be Joffrey Lupul? It's always him in this era. We go to the third. We need something to happen here. I did not mean former Sabre Drew Stafford scoring on the power play. Barbashev gets one back. Power play again. Nothing doing. We're running out of time. We are running out of time. Power play. That's it. The Buffalo Sabres, improvement this season, but not enough to make the playoffs. As the man we traded to the to the Leafs from the Sabres in season 1, Drew Stafford, is the one that puts the dagger into our playoff hopes this season. Again, it's nice to be disappointed that we missed the playoffs, because we did have a team that could have made it. Another season of development for a lot of these young guys, and I do think next season will be the year that we push ahead to make it. 40 wins, 30 losses, 12 overtime losses, 31 goals for Jason Bowman. We'll take a look at our full stats here in a minute. So, all things considered, not a bad season for us. Just not an incredible season. As we finished 14th, we were the first team out. The best team in the NHL to have not made the playoffs were the Buffalo Sabres. So, now the big question is, where is Winnipeg, since we have their first round pick? All right, there was a bit of a late storming comeback there from the Jets. They finished 25th. It's not quite what we were hoping for, but it is still a lottery selection. So, it could have gone a little bit better. Taking a look at the player stats on the season, especially for our boys, and then league-wide, of course. What do we got? What do we got? So, for the forwards this year, 64 points for Barbashev. He had 63 for the rookie Tyson Bailey, who may have won the Calder. 50 for Gergensons and Jason Bowman, who led the team with 31 goals. 42 points for Mersak. That's not bad. Verkkonen over 40 points. And then there was quite a big drop-off. John Scott, just 13 points. 101 pims for Scott, by the way. But yeah, in terms of goal scorers, 3 guys with at least 23 goals. It's not too bad. But the depth scoring, when you don't have a truly elite goal scorer, the depth scoring needed to be better than that. Defensively, Myers on 46 points, Laxo 41. Myers was our best defenseman. Walser finished as a minus player as a rookie. McElrath, 118 penalty minutes. In goal, 66 appearances for Andrei Makarov with a 229 goals against average, a 927 save percentage, and 6 shutouts. His form dropped a little bit in the back half of the season. Had he been able to maintain that, we would have made the playoffs. But in general, we just did not have that extra push to get to where we wanted to be. Leading scorers, it's a tie, 82 points, Evgeny Malkin and Henrik Sedin. You also had Nazem Kadri, Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins over 80 points. The top goal scorer with 46 goals, Jonathan Drouin. You had 38 for JVR. Matthew Santos, 6th overall pick in 2015. We made a mistake not taking that guy, didn't we, huh? You check how good Kucherov is. Again, it does show their overalls in the top left. Do I have NHL 09? I do. I have every EA NHL ever made. And every NHL 2K ever made. So let's see. I also said Thomas Vanek, Santos, Jordan Eberle, and Malkin up there for goal scorers. But yeah, Tampa's looking scary. You would have traded Santos based on his potential. Good. Well, then never mind. I don't regret it. Defensively, Jared Sparga plays baseball, 53 points. Morgan Riley up to an 87. You have Jay Bouwmeester, Tyler Myers, and a bunch of guys tied at 84 points, including former Sabre Christian Ehrhoff. Top goal scorer, 21 goals for Jared Spurgeon. Damn. terms of the goaltenders, the lowest goals against average, Luke Simons. Simons with a 160 in 44 games. Jesus. The winningest goaltender was 33 wins for Jake Allen. The save percentage king, a 945. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was a great season for goaltending. 10 shutouts for Jake Allen. Jesus. It's the last time I played NHL Slapshot. I don't know if I've ever played NHL Slapshot, to be honest. Siemens was 16th overall in 2014. For the rookies, Bailey has competition. Yep. Jonathan Drouin, Matthew Santos, Barbashev, and Bailey. Then you got Bjorkstrand, Ryan Murray, Marcus Granlund, Andre Palat. And then in goal, Kataret, who was a 59 overall. Jonathan Filewich, Igor Bobkov, Ray Vernarski, and Zach Fucale. The Fucale all played a decent amount of games. So, all things considered, again, good season. I can't complain too much. I do think we improved quite drastically. It was our best season to date. My hope is obviously that we'll be able to really kind of take that next step next season. But for now, well, hey, we'll find out who wins the Stanley Cup.